This is going to be single video and it's going to be long, so you have to have the patience of simply look at one of the questions and then pause and come back once again. These are we expect these are going to be achieved level questions, so possibly for all the students they must get used to solving this sort of problem. So let's start with number 1. Okay, I'm going to call this substitution problem as number 1, and I'm not going to write the whole question. Y equals 3x squared minus 2x plus 5. Remember, this is a function, this is an equation, because the equal sign is put in between the two sides of the expression. So it's a substitution problem because x is given as 4 and we got to figure out the value of y. So once again we got to be very cautious with x squared, and we don't have much problem because x is a positive value. Had it been a negative value, we then we got to be very cautious. Remember that, please. 2 lots of 4 plus 5, and this is simple. You have to remember there is no calculator, so you got to do part by part. 4 times 4 is 16. 3 times 16 is 48. So this is going to be 48 minus 4 times 2 is 8 plus 5. And 48 minus 8 is 40 plus 5. I don't think you will end up with this sort of easy problem. At least the value of x will be given as a negative value to make it more challenging. Let me call next one as number 2. Well, with this problem you don't have to understand much. Basically you have to understand you got to substitute x equals 2 to get the height. So height equals 2 lots of 2 minus 1.5 plus 1. First of all you got to do the multiplication, so application of bed mass is the most important thing. 2 minus 1.5, well, we got to understand actually how subtraction work. So that'll be 0.5, and 0.5 is half. So basically what is half of 4? Which is half of 4 is 2 plus 1. The height is 3. So the height is 3. I reckon this is 3 meters. Now moving on to the third one. Number 3, the distance d centimeters traveled by an object is given by d equals ut plus 3t squared. If u equals 3, t equals 5, calculate the distance the object traveled. So u is 3 times 5 plus 3 times 5 squared. Remember bed mass, and we got to do this first, which is 25 first, otherwise you'll get it wrong. Plus 3 times 5, then comes multiplication. Sorry, this should be 3 times 5, so 15 plus what is 3 times 25? 75. If you add them together, 90. So as far as the unit is concerned, I don't think they bother about unit because we are testing you for algebra. Let's move on to the fourth one now. The area of a garden is given by A equals 2 lots of x plus 3xy squared. And if x equals 5, that's given, y equals 2, get the area. So area would be 2 lots of 5 plus 3 times 5 times 2 squared. Remember, power first. So you got to go 5 plus 3 times 5 times 4 equals 2 lots of 5 plus 3 times 5 is 15. 15 times 4 is 60. Bracket next. 2 lots of 65, which will give you 65 is 130 is the answer. Next one. I suppose this is question number 5. What is the value of 2x to the power 4 minus 3x? I better write down the question number. Minus 3x plus 5. And once again substitution, and that is quite tricky because there is a negative value. So the moment you have negative value, you got to be cautious. So I'm going to substitute it with a bracket. Why? Because there is a negative value. Negative value, well, enclose them within bracket. Remember that, please. And plus 5. Now, remember, I have been talking about the draft working. Negative 2 to the power 4 is what? Negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2. So it will be positive 8. Sorry, 16. I'm sorry, 16. So that will give me 2 lots of 16 minus, so that's negative, another negative. 2 negatives will give you a positive sign. That will give you a positive sign, and that will make it 6. Positive 6 plus 5. That will give you 32 plus 6 plus 5. Okay, so 32 plus 11, 3, 43. 43 is the answer. As you can see, this is question 6 and solve linear. It says solve linear, so it'll be a linear equation word problem. So nothing much, but the thing is that you got to learn actually how to convert the word problems into algebra. Can you solve it without algebra? The answer for this particular MCAT, the answer is no. Please remember, it's an algebra test, so you got to form algebraic equation. Jake thinks of a number, so let the number be x. That statement is important. So does it have to be x? No, it can be any kind of letter, and you are adding 5 with that and multiplies the result. See, this is the whole thing is the result, and you are multiplying that by 4. So you put them within a bracket, otherwise you'll get it wrong. This is a group of expression. I mean an expression well, it's a combination of a letter and a number, right? And he gets 24. So that's the equation. So you got to set the equation first, and then to solve it you got to expand it next. So equation, then expand it. 4 lots of x, expanding it, that means removing brackets. 4x plus 4 times 5 is 20 equals 24, and then solve it. 3 steps: equation forming, expanding, removing the bracket, and solving. Now 4x equals 24 minus 20. 4x equals 4, so x will be 1. Do not stop here, just carry on and write the statement. Jake was thinking of a number 1, and that makes it complete. So you can see these sort of questions are not going to be hard. So I'm going to stop there, and this is the end of the video. I'll start the next video with question number 7. Thank you.